Hello.
Hi.
I'm Alice.
I'm Rhea.
And we suck at uploading. It's my fault. Because I don't send her the videos. But it's fine.
It's also just been a weird summer, and so.
Yeah. Oh well. But we're back. Hello. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing riddles.
Picked out a riddle video just from YouTube, the YouTube channel The Bright Side, or just Bright Side. We'll link their channel down below.
It's 17 tricky riddles. Test how far you'll make it. So it's one of those
survival.
Yeah.
We're just gonna see. Neither of us have ever watched this before.
Just picked a random
It's playing
one.
on the TV over there, but we'll put it
We'll do little snippets if we think it's necessary.
Are you ready to give the following riddles a try? Here we go.
We are ready.
Menacing house.
We're pretty good at this, we
Michael
think.
got lost when
He was mushroom hunting.
Yeah, those wily mushrooms are full of cunning. After hours of trying to
Find his way out of the woods. He came across a house that seemed to be deserted. He decided to try his luck and ask for directions. When he entered the house, the door slammed behind his back with a loud bang. He heard an eerie voice.
You've entered my home uninvited, and you won't leave it easily.
Michael found himself in a room with 3 doors.
the
These are
voice
so easy to
sounded again.
logic, though.
Only one of these doors leads to freedom. Behind the first, you'll find starving wolves who won't think twice about making you their dinner. The second door hides millions of venomous spiders. If you open the third door, you'll be met by a raging fire. Choose wisely. You have only 7 seconds to find your way
Okay,
to
let's
freedom.
say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, because they're starving.
Michael should choose the third door.
What?
He'll then just need to wait until the fire goes out. Philosophy students can none.
Pause.
But they're starving. Does
Well,
that mean
this- I guess it depends on how you use the word starving. Starving to death if they died, or if they're just hungry. Also,
honestly, you can just
You
wait
could-
both of those out.
you could be waiting for that fire for a long time. You don't know if he's fueling it or something. That's not enough information to answer that.
And second off, even if you do wait for it, when you go in, you could still possibly die from smoke inhalation.
It's a no-go on the spiders one.
Yeah.
You could try to wait until they die, but there's so many in there that just reproduce.
Yeah. Little trick, if you are in a burning building, you want to find the thing that has the most cotton in it and douse it with a bunch of water and wrap yourself in it or put it up to your nose, because then smoke can't get in. And if it's a wet blanket, especially cotton, then you're least likely to get caught on fire. You're welcome.
You're a student, and you have an important philosophy exam today. Big stress.
Big
Like
stress.
most of your peers, haven't attended many classes or learned anything this semester. When you come to the exam, the teacher puts a chair in the center of the classroom and says,
None of you learn my subject, so everyone will have the same chance to pass it. See this chair? Write evidence that it doesn't exist. The person who convinces me of this will pass.
What should you write to ace the exam?
Should we pause this so we can think about it more?
Okay.
What
So-
chair? So there's a
Write
chair.
something that this chair doesn't exist.
You have to convince her that the chair doesn't exist. I would just write, what chair? I don't know.
I mean, okay.
It's philosophy.
This probably won't be the correct answer, but so you see how everything's based on time, right? Like the time we get up and the time we go to sleep, it's all based on time. So our existence is based on our track of time. So if you think about it, 1 billion years ago, that period of time, there were dinosaurs that existed, but now they don't. But the only reason that we know they don't exist now is because of the billion years of time. So if we didn't have time, then you could eventually if there's a car going across on a road and you keep speeding it up more and more and more, soon the car will end up vanishing because it's going so fast in such a little amount of time, it's not going to be there anymore. So you could hypothetically say that if so much time has passed, then the chair will not be there anymore.
But at the same time, everything still exists because you can't get rid of something completely. Like,
Exactly,
the matter
but
that
you
it's
won't
made out
see
of.
that it is there though.
I don't know.
I don't know
Because
either.
you can't destroy matter, so that chair, like the things that make the chair, will always exist.
So technically what we're talking about is it won't ever not exist.
Yeah, the law of conservation of matter. I don't know. Let's play the thing.
I think we thought too much into this. Let's just go with what chair.
The correct answer is what chair?
I thought way too in depth with that.
But not twins? Bill and Joe are twins, born just 1 minute apart, with Bill being the older of the two.
They don't look very much
But for
alike.
some reason, they celebrate their birthdays 2 days apart once every several years. How is this possible?
Leap year.
It's gotta be every
Leap
several
year.
years.
Every several years, and it has to be leap. Also, first off, that's just mean. Why would you do that?
I think if you're born on a leap year, don't you just change, like, be like, oh, I celebrate it every 28th or March 1st?
Yeah.
Bill was born at 11:59 p.m. on February 28th.
Yeah.
It wasn't a leap year, so Joe, who came a minute later, was born on March 1st. That's why during leap years, they have 2 days of difference. Life is
It's kind of funny.
I mean,
I think you wouldn't celebrate. Oh, leap year's so weird.
I mean, we were technically right.
We're right.
Yeah, but you would still. I don't know. I
Fair.
celebrate them on the same day.
After a particularly
only a
heavy
minute apart.
snowfall had let up, Daniel went outside and discovered that there was twice as much snow in his yard as in his neighbor's.
But Daniel didn't look surprised at all. How come?
I didn't get the first part. We were talking
So there's twice as much snow
on
on Daniel's house than his neighbor's house, and he's not surprised about that. Why?
I don't know. Maybe his neighbor's just really rude, and he does that every single year and shovels all the snow onto his. I don't know. My guess is he's a really bad neighbor that takes all of his snow and puts it on his neighbors, or they live on a hill and it just kind of slides down. I feel like our guesses are kind of stupid sometimes.
There's no mystery to this whatsoever. Daniel's yard is 2 times bigger than his neighbor's. Anne's bizarre food preference.
Oh. You think we're stupid, but what chair was correct?
Okay, but if you think about if he has double the amount of snow, that means technically he has the same amount of snow if his yard's already doubled.
That's true. It's just increasing by proportions. If they have the same, like
The same amount of snow per yard
square or something
yeah.
like that, square yard or.
Ugh.
Anne likes tomatoes, but not potatoes. She eats grapes, but not lettuce. She loves peas, but can't stand onions. She can eat cucumbers, but avoids carrots. Can you figure out if this picky girl prefers apples or pumpkins?
What?
Wait. So she likes tomatoes, but not potatoes. She likes grapes, but not lettuce. Peas, but not onions. Cucumbers, but not carrots.
Apples or pumpkins. Okay. Tomato, potato, grapes, lettuce, peas, onions, cucumbers, carrots, apples, pumpkin.
Well, as I was looking, the ones on this side seem to grow in the ground, don't they? The ones she doesn't like.
Tomatoes grow. Oh! But apples and pumpkins both grow above the ground.
Right.
Cucumbers grow on the ground. No. They grow above. They grow above like pumpkins do.
Carrots grow on the ground, though. Onions, I think most of them grow on the ground.
So I guess it's just which one's higher. So that means she would like apples more than pumpkins.
Okay, we're gonna go with apples.
Will always choose a good orange pumpkin because she only eats fruits and veggies that grow on a vine.
Why?
Tomatoes grows on vines. Grapes on vines. Peas, cucumbers. Oh,
Our logic was sound.
A creepy well.
Oh, that's
Creepy
great.
well.
Richard was returning home after a long day at work. He was walking through the park when he heard footsteps behind, and everything went dark. He woke up in a well. Luckily, there wasn't too much water in it. But as soon as Richard tried to climb out of the well, he realized that the walls were too slippery. He then noticed a rope with a bucket tied to it. The bucket was hanging pretty low.
But try as he might, poor Richard couldn't reach it. After giving this problem some
Thought,
It looks like
though,
he can reach
he
that.
found the solution. Just 15 minutes later, he was out and running to safety. Can you deduce how Richard escaped?
Why doesn't he climb the rope?
Because he can't reach it.
Jump!
I know. If you look at that screen, he can totally
he can
reach that
totally
bucket.
reach
He's
that.
sitting down.
Yeah.
What's he do?
Okay, why doesn't he just hit it and the water dumps out?
Wouldn't that?
I don't know.
If the water does not, wouldn't that make it lighter and it go up? Wouldn't you
But
want
I'm
to get
thinking
heavier
about
so
what
you
if-
go down?
Okay, so the bucket just randomly showed up with water in it, right?
I guess so.
So can you think that maybe if you dump the water out, it goes back up? Would it refill the water again? Because he just randomly got a bucket full of water. So would the person refill the water for him?
And if he keeps refilling it, can he swim to the top?
Yeah, but that's not within 15 minutes, is it?
Probably not. I think we're thinking way too far into it. Maybe he jumped off the wall and grabbed the rope. He can't climb the wall, but
Look, it's even going shorter.
he can totally reach that.
He took his shoes off and threw them into the bucket one by one. The added weight brought the bucket down, and Richard managed to escape.
See, I told you needed more
An
weight in the
unfriendly
bucket.
shop owner.
Okay, so we half of it. We were thinking he could climb out of it, but you also said you'd need more weight.
Because taking the water out would go up. Because
Yeah. It's fine.
Jacob owned an electronics store in the small town.
good for Jacob.
One day, a massive crowd of people showed up, and no wonder. A new $1,000 gaming console had just hit the shelves.
Jacob was swamped with sales from morning till late evening. Just as he was about to close, a man rushed in to make a purchase. He asked for a console and handed Jacob 2 bills. He had enough money to buy the console, and he didn't even need change. But the store owner immediately called the police. Why?
It was counterfeit?
It's if it's $500 bills. It's $1,000.
Are $500 bills a thing?
No.
They're not? Okay, well then it's not real money.
He said he had enough money, which means it had to be $500 bills since it was $1,000. Either that or he changed the price of the thing. He didn't need change, which means it was exact. They had to be $500 bills, and there's no $500 bills
Yeah,
anymore.
I didn't. Okay.
And if they used to be, then they're not, you can't use them anymore.
Because then they cycle out the money.
Right.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I didn't know that they still
The
didn't.
console cost $1,000, but the man gave Jacob only 2 bills. It means they were worth $500 each, and
Yeah.
those don't exist.
Right.
Penny riddle. Why are 1990 pennies worth more than 1989 pennies?
I thought it was the other way around.
I know pennies 1970 unless are
They're made out of actual copper. But
it's gonna be something stupid, isn't it?
let's just go. I mean, I thought it was that's what I thought too.
Well, for the same reason why 10 pennies are worth more than 9. These are not years, but the number of pennies. A danger.
Oh.
Mr. Jenkins doesn't have any superpowers, but he can
Okay.
predict the score of any football match before it begins. How?
He's from Back to the Future 2 with the sports almanac, and so he just knows.
Yes, that's our answer.
Watch that. Let's go. I don't know.
You could do that
It's
kind of
rigged.
prediction too. The score of any football match before it begins is 0-0.
I like the Back to the Future answer better.
I knew it was going to be
With
something stupid.
Gray's sports.
Fellow traveler. James was traveling by train with only a light backpack full of money. He was going to help his mom buy a car. On
How's
the
that
train,
light?
That is not going to be a light
How
backpack.
much money has he got in there?
On the train, he got acquainted with Mr. Brown. The two men had a nice chat.
He looks
but
like a
then
rock.
James dozed off. When the train arrived at James Station, Mr. Brown was nowhere to be seen.
Neither was the money.
James picked up his backpack, and although it looked exactly like his, there was no money inside.
What's
The
his
bag was
face?
filled with screws and nails. James rushed after Mr. Brown and saw the man carrying an identical backpack. After James called over a police officer, Mr. Brown explained that he had taken the wrong backpack by mistake. The police officer still arrested him. Why?
Because they
Because he
screws. It had to be a weight differences, and they said it was a light backpack. Screws and nails would be heavy if it was
Yeah.
filled. So
like he
would've-
would totally could tell the difference between which one
Mhm.
it would be because of the weight difference. So he clearly took the
And also, they were sitting on opposite sides. So did he
Yeah.
just? It was on the seat. He didn't.
yeah. Oh, it's gonna be something stupid. It's gonna be like there were cameras in the train, and he just looked at the cameras.
Mr. Brown couldn't mix up the backpacks because the one filled with nails and screws had to be way heavier than the one with the money.
They make it
An
bigger.
unlucky skydiver.
You know.
Nick was an experienced skydiver, but one day something went terribly wrong. A strong wind blew him into the forest, and the man found himself among dense trees with no
He
food
doesn't
or
look like he's
water.
been skydiving.
Soon, Nick saw 4 roads in front of him. One
Why does
led
he
to a
have that bag?
supermassive
He was skydiving.
black hole that was swallowing everything around. The second ended up in a river full of piranhas. The third road led to mountains that were impossible to climb. And the fourth road ended in an infinite abyss. Which path should Nick take?
The piranha path. Piranhas don't eat humans.
They're too tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, like they won't eat something that's like bigger than them. Even if like they were like a big horde, they still won't eat you. Like that's just a myth that was created by like, and I think it's like cinematographers or something like that, just to sell more.
Honestly,
Honestly,
go into a black hole. We ain't
honestly,
going to an
we're
abyss.
not even gonna survive because it's a black hole. Black hole sucks all the matter in.
Right.
If you're that close to it already, then everything's gone. You can swim past, you can walk down the river because all of it got sucked into the black hole.
Why is there a black hole in the earth?
You can't have a black hole on the earth. There'd be no earth. Just a black hole.
There's
This
a black
isn't,
hole.
this isn't right. Why is he like,
Go around the mountains.
He
go
should
back?
follow the third road. No one said he had to climb over the mountains. He can simply go around.
I win!
How many times can you subtract 2 from 50?
Once.
Yeah, one time. Because then it'd
Because
be
then you don't have
48.
50.
Why is there just a random
Only
snake?
once. After that, you'd be subtracting it from 48. A magic ball. You throw a ball as hard as you can. It doesn't bounce off anything, and there's nobody else there but you. Yet this ball still comes straight back into your hands. How can this be?
Yeah, threw it up. And
Yeah.
it came back down and you caught it.
Yeah, or like he threw it off like a building or something.
If you throw the ball
Yeah.
straight up, it will eventually fall back down.
Poor that one dude though.
Jack is locked
Unfortunate.
in a room with 2 doors and no windows. There's nothing inside but a chair, a table, and a tiny hole in the ceiling. Behind the first door, there's a venomous snake. The second door leads to a glass tunnel that magnifies sunlight. If Jack steps inside, he won't survive the blazing temperatures. How can the man escape?
Wait till
Yeah, wait,
nighttime,
yeah.
And then go to the second door.
We 100% thought we were like,
We were like,
yeah.
Jack has to wait until it's dark
What is
outside.
this?
He can check it through the hole in the ceiling and leave through the glass tunnel.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for watching.
If you figured out like the riddles before we did, or the things that we didn't,
Comment.
congratulations.
Yeah, comment down. Be like, yep, I did it before them.
Or if you think like us and go way too in depth with a simple answer.
Be like, same. Leave a like. Or subscribe to us. We'll try to get better at uploading things. Well, thanks so much for watching. We're just keeping it real. Bye.